I know you're watching this video for one of these reasons. It's either someone, or maybe you read an article or you watched a video where you were told that the best way to stand out in a saturated market is to build your personal brand. Or you have a business, or you do something, maybe you're a coach, you're a course creator, you're a consultant, and you feel and you know that you should build a personal brand, but you're quite confused. I mean, where should you start from? Where are you supposed to start from? Or maybe you're just curious. You've heard so much about this personal branding thing, and you're telling yourself, you know what, I think I need to know about it. I need to understand the flesh of this thing. I mean, what if I'm leaving something on the table by not knowing this? If you fall into any of this category, or even if you don't, I welcome you to how to build a personal brand from the scratch. At the end of this, you would understand how to build a personal brand from the scratch, why it is important, and what you need to do to achieve success on this journey. Welcome to the Aurel Show. As you know, I'm your host, Aurel Dua, a personal brand strategist and a content strategist. And today, I'm going to be taking you on a journey with me to learn how to build your personal brand from the scratch. Where are you supposed to start from? What's the best way to start? How do you start? How do they even do this thing anyway? You're at the right place. What's this personal branding? Well, this old personal branding thing that I've been saying, is it posting on social media? Is it being a coach? Is it teaching people? Is it I don't know, posting every day? What exactly is personal branding? Hold up. Now, I'm going to start by asking you a question. If I asked you to think of a cold fizzy drink, what would come to your mind? A cold fizzy relaxing drink, what comes to mind? So let me switch things up a bit. If I asked you to think about what's the first African food that comes to your mind? Okay, now we're done with those things. Let's go on to human beings. If I asked you to tell me the name of the most talented photographer you know, who would that be? Or if I asked you who would you say is the person who understands how to host guests on a TV show the most? Who would come to play? Who would come to your mind? Who? Just let me know who is that person. I want you to say it out loud. Now, let's start from the end part where I asked you about the photographer and the TV host. Now, the reason you know these people and you're able to blot them out, and if I asked you to refer me to someone, the reason you will mention these people's name is because they have built their personal brand. They are known for something. They've chosen the perception they want around their name. They've chosen their legacy. They've chosen I don't use the word reputation, but they've chosen their legacy, right? And that is what personal branding is. Personal branding is perception marketing, determining what you want to be known for, right? And if you know anything about branding is about the thought that comes to people's mind. Branding is not physical. It's not a color. It's not a logo. That's the same way personal branding is not their hairstyle. It's not their dressing. It could be part of it, but that's not what it is. What pops into people's mind when they think of you, that is exactly what personal branding is. Do you read me? So taking this further, why do you need to build your personal brand? Well, easy peasy. Do you want people to refer you? Maybe you're a service provider, maybe a web designer. Do you want to be the first person that comes to people's mind when they say, oh, do you know a web designer? Do you know a really good web designer? When someone says, I don't want a family member of yours, I want someone that's really, 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 really good. Who do you want? Do you want to be the person that comes to their mind? Do you want people to trust you? Do you want them to trust your brand? I mean, without even meeting you physically, do you want them to start telling other people about you, about your story, about what you do? Is that what you desire? Do you want to stand out in the midst of the saturated market? Everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing that. Do you want to stand out? Do you want to be the one that people choose among all? If you answer yes to my questions, then you really, 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 really need to be taking this personal brand thing more seriously, okay? Now that we have talked about why you need to build your personal brand, and you have agreed with me, you said, all right, you know what? This is it. This is what I've been looking for. This is what I need. I mean, I just knew it. I knew that the moment I stumbled on this video, it was the right choice. show me what it is already, I'm ready. Then you know what, we're just going to get into it. Let's start with what personal branding isn't. Personal branding isn't posting on social media. It's very, very, very important. You don't build your brand by posting on social media. Let me give you this analogy. If you want to build a house, you do not start by calling all the artisans, calling the bricklayers, calling the diggers, like, guys, come in here, let's get started, there's work to do. That is not how you start building your brand, right? Usually, when people are building correct, I say that very carefully, correct houses, it don't matter the size. You start by calling an architect to give you a blueprint, so that there's a plan, there's a vision, there's something that people follow. That is exactly how you build anything. You start with a plan, and that's the same way we build our personal brands from the scratch. We start with a plan. Do you understand? We start with a plan, then we move on to finding strategic ways to go about it, and then we launch. We start, right? We don't start from the end. We don't start with building. We start from the plan. Do you understand? So let's take that again. Plan, strategy. Plan and strategy are the same thing, but you see at the end of this video, you see why I separated them, right? So plan, strategy, then you execute. Do you understand? So let's start from part one. Plan. How do you plan to build a personal brand from the scratch? It is the most important thing to do, because that is what will guide everything else that you would be doing. So we start by asking ourselves some critical questions. So if you don't have your pen, if you don't have your paper, now is the time to bring it out, because these things you're about to note, they are going to be everything to your brand. They're going to determine the decisions that you make. So let's get started. What is the first question we ask when we're building our personal brand? The first question, you start with your goals. What are your goals? Or it's this goal topic again, I'm not interested. So come back. You're my ideal candidate. Do you know why? Just last week, I released a video on goal setting where I talked about my struggles with goal setting, and I taught extensively on how to reduce overwhelm and create realistic goals. So it's not your average goal setting video. It is a video that breaks it down for you. I give you my secret, the secret I use every year. I give it to you, right? And you can access the video in the description box below. So just wait, finish up this video, then go there and watch, right? Because goal setting is a very important part of our process. It is key. It is important. It's the anchor that guides everything else. So you need to know, what are my goals? What are my goals for the next 12 months, right? In all areas of my life. You need to do that groundwork first. And I will recommend you just take like 3 hours this weekend and just sit down with it and just get it done. Get it out of the way. It's important for a lot of things, right? So to recap, we start with our goals. So for the second question, we'll be asking ourselves, what do you want to be known for? When someone wants to refer you to someone, what should they say? How would they say it? What do you want to be known for? Let me start with myself. I want to be known as the personal brand strategist, right? I want to be known as the person you go to when you want to get the job done. When you're tired of playing around, watching YouTube videos, following all of these other people, like you're like, you know what, I'm done. I am ready. I want to be the person you go to. And you know what? It is so sad for me to see people who are very good at what they do. They are excellent, they are amazing, but they don't put themselves out there. No one knows them. It is painful for me, because you're so good. Why are you allowing these people who don't know half of what you know stay in the spotlight, teaching people stuff? People know them, they respect them, they follow them. But I know you're so good. Why are you at the back end? And I'm sure you can already feel my passion right now. But I mean, that's it. That's what I want to be known for. Somebody says, you know what, I don't get this thing, right? I want to put myself out there. I want to do this. I want to say, oh, I know Ore does this. Ore is really good at it. That is it, right? So determine what you want to be known for. I think with my analogy, you have an understanding of what it is that you're going to put in there, right? So on to the next one. What is your end goal for this? Why are you building your brand? Is it because you want to be called for events? You want to be called for industry events, industry talks, and all of that? Is it because you want to be able to monetize your knowledge? Is it because you just want to build a legacy around something? Or you just want to change the narrative? You want to influence the world? You need to know, because that would determine, see that strategy I talked about, that would determine the strategy, right? Now we're on plan, the next thing is strategy. So knowing what the end goal is going to determine your strategy. Do you get? So what is it that you that is your end goal? Do you understand? So that's our third question. So number 4, who are the people you want to reach out to? Who are these people? You need to know these people. It is a key part of this process. Do you understand? Who are they? What is their age range? Where do they hang out? What do they do? What is it that is troubling them so much that you're trying to solve? I need you to answer these questions next, because we need to know, when we know these people, we're going to know how best to talk to them. Our next question is, what is the personality of your brand? If your brand was a person, how would we describe it? Is it our brand out? Is it outgoing? Outgoing? Is it energetic, or is it quiet, laid back, but ready to go in there? It's like deep. Do you understand? So think of your personal brand you're building as a person and give it a personality. Now, because you are building a brand around you, this personality is going to be around your personality. It's not going to be far away. So even before you do this answer this particular one, you need to know yourself. Ask yourself, in real life, who am I? How do I want to further amplify this? Do you understand? So don't go thinking, oh, I want to invent a whole new person. No, except if there are parts of you feel are not good, are not so great, and that you need to change. Not just trying, that you need to change. Like, this needs to change. Not that it's something that is good and maybe because of how you perceive it. No, it needs to be something that needs to change. And next question, what is your story? Now, you already know what it is that you want to be known for. What's the story around this thing that you want to be known for? It's very, very, very key that you have, these stories around. I don't know what it is with human beings and stories. Even me, I will attest to you. I can't even believe I'm the one preaching storytelling now, because I was never a storytelling person. Do you understand? So you need to remember and take note of key stories. How did you stumble into it? What are the challenges? What are the obstacles you have overcome? Do you understand? Because this lets people know that you have experience. It gives them further reasons to trust you. It's like when your grandpa or your dad will tell you about how he was in the army. That's just this thing it does to you. You're so captivated. So you need to write those stories down. And they might not be all of that, but trust me, when you have them, you can take that little and know how best to expand it. So it would be great if you can just write some of these key stories down, because they will come in handy at the end of the day, the building stage. So for our next question, what feeling do you want to leave people with when they come in contact with your brand? Do you want them to be motivated, inspired? Do you want them to leave bursting with ideas? This is going to tie into what you want to be known for. So what feeling do you want people to have? Me, I want people to leave my videos knowing that thing that they have is valuable. It's not small. Do you understand? You can build something around it and explode it. That is what I want to leave people with. Do you get? Determine what it is for you. And then the last question on our list is, what is your strength? And this is going to pertain to the last phase, which is building, in this case, which is content, and I will show you how content is key. But what is your strength? Is it text? When you write, are people captivated? Do they want to just do this? Is it videos? Are you a video person like me? I mean, I just flow when the camera is in front of me. I don't know how it happens. It's just so natural. I worked on it, yes. I've had to go through certain experiences and trainings, but it's something that just drew me at first, right? And then, or is it your voice? You know how to be expressive with sound. Like, which one is your strength? I need you to put that down. Now I want you to know that whatever your strength is, whatever the weakness is, you can work on it, right? But there's a tendency for you to just flow when it comes to your strength, for you to be fluid. Do you understand? So, right. Those questions are how you build your personal brand from scratch. Without these questions, forget it, because they're going to be the key determinant of every other thing that is going to come into your brand building process, right? So this video is going to end really soon. Let me just go through the last last two phases in a minute. So after you have answered all of these questions, which I would love if you have written down and answer immediately after watching this video. After you have answered this question, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build a strategy to push a strategy for getting more people, both strangers and friends alike, to know you for that thing that we have written down. And the best strategy, the best way to go about this is through content. Offline, when we did not have the internet, we used to do this with our business cards, approaching people. But now with the internet, with social media, with LinkedIn and all of that, we do this on the internet. The best way to do this, the best strategy, is to use content, right? And by content, we're going to be putting up content on the platforms where our target market is. Instagram is one of such amazing places where you can find a lot of people. YouTube is one of those places. Do you understand? So where is your target audience? Then we start to put out content. Now this content is we're going to be going forward with value. We're going to be adding value. And I know when a lot of people hear valuable content, they think education. No, valuable content is not only education. Valuable content can be content around your experience, around your stories, around your thoughts, you know, something about around all of these things that we've spoken about. So please, valuable content is not only education. So once because we now have all of these questions answered, we can now move. We now know that the next strategy for us is to start putting out content. The next thing that now comes in is how often we put in this content. How often I'm going to put out this content. Who are these people we're targeting with this? I mean, knowing how to structure this content so that it attracts the right type of people, you understand, and all of that. And we'll go into all of those nitty gritty in our content strategy video, which is going to be in the personal branding playlist. Link is in the description. If you check it and you don't see that video yet, check back either next week or the next 2 weeks. You're going to see the content strategy video. Just to recap, first we build with the blueprint. We answer those questions. Then the strategy for us is for us to start putting out content. And we're going to start out by putting out valuable content, because people are attracted to value. This value is going to attract people to us. Do you understand? Now here's the beauty of it. The more you put it out there, the more people get to know you, the more the likelihood of people sharing that content with all their friends, their family, the more the likelihood of you staying in their head. Do you see how it works? Right? There's more to it. This is a very, very detailed process, but I hope this video has done one thing: let you know how to get started on building your personal brand from the scratch. So if you want to follow me along on this journey, you want to learn more about this process, all you need to do is follow me. I put out new videos every Saturday and I'm just going to walk through this with you, right? So if you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. If you learned anything, let me know in the comment section below. I hope you've learned how to build your personal brand from the scratch. Let me recap again. First, you build with the foundation, right, which is answer those questions. Next, you start to build. You don't build first and do the foundation. You start with the foundation and then you build with content, with strategic content leading with value. See you in another video.